What's up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today I am going to be showing you the most fun match that I have ever had in Dominion. It's so good that I thought it deserved its own video. If you want to watch the full match against myself and my opponent, I'll leave a link for that in the description below, but I wanted to highlight this game specifically because I never gave up. I was behind at the start, but I had a strategy and I saw it through, and well, I guess I'm spoiling it a little bit, but it was the most incredible game that I've ever played, so I really wanted to share it with everybody in its own video. If you want to see the whole thing, and this video is going to have some spoilers for some of the other games, because this is the 6th game in a best of 6 match. So if you want to see all the other games, I will leave a link to that in the video description below. But you gotta see this one. This one was absolutely incredible. Enjoy. We've got another Sinister Plot game. That's looking fun. Border Guard is a crazy card. We've got a lot going on this game. We've got boons, we've got horses, and I am first to play. So let's start reading. What is Commerce? Gain a gold per differently named card you've gained this turn. We've got 5 to start off with. We've got to take advantage of that. Let's read the 5s first. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a treasure card. Discard the other cards, play that. I don't like that. I do think I like Paddock. Yeah, gain 2 horses. This is going to be, wow. This is going to be really insane for us, I think, to start off the game. When you play this, you then have an odd number of idols in play. Receive a boon. If it's an even number, each other player gains a curse. Okay, wow. So idol also seems great, but Paddock seems like it's going to help us get the idols. So I think I'm going to buy 1 Paddock, then I'm going to buy a Border Guard, and then I'm going to buy idols. Explorer, you can reveal a province if you do gain a gold to your hand, if you don't gain a silver. Okay, that's fine. We're not going for it. Mining Village is fine. Bishop, I believe, is cool. Did we play with Bishop earlier? Yes, we did. We played with Bishop in the first game. Okay. Oasis, plus 1 card, plus an action, discard a card. That's no good for... Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We got very lucky, guys, but Paddock it is. And then we're going to play Border Guard. Border Guard has its own little mini game going on, and I will have to see... Oh, Will-O-Wisp is just created from one of the boons. So my opponent is also going to have a pretty similar start to us. They're going Border Guard, probably into Paddock here. We shall see. Border Guard's really interesting. It's just plus an action, plus a card. You get to look at the top 2 cards and pick one. And is this an action? Yeah, okay, so we want that. If both cards are actions, you get to upgrade your Border Guards for the rest of the game. And by the rest of the game, I mean your opponent can steal your upgrade from you if they pick the same one. But it's very snowbally and very powerful for a 2-costing card. It means you basically want to buy actions every single time. Let me trash a card from your hand. Trashing cards is just good. What is Caravan? Are there any attacks? There are no attacks, right? Oh, this is an attack. Well, I do think Caravan Guard's going to be good then, considering Idol's an attack, and Idol looks good to me. So I think we're going to go for Idol here. Let's see. Does my opponent have enough to grab an Idol? They don't. They're going to have to grab a 4-cost card, which is probably going to be a Mining Village, yeah. But we get to play Paddock, gain 2 horses, and then have an additional 5 hand. Oh, they should have grabbed Sinister Plot. We're going to grab Idol, though. We're going to grab Sinister Plot on our first 4 hand. This turn's going to be another 5-er. Let's see, is my opponent going to go for Idol? They are going to go for Idol. So me and my opponent are lockstep here. We're doing a lot of the same things. Border Guard is actually really good with Paddock. I'm just now realizing. So what do we want? We want to take this. I forget how that works. Okay. Yeah, Border Guard's good with Paddock because you keep putting horses into your deck. Do we have any additional buys? Does anything generate additional buys? I think we're just going to be buying a province this turn. We need to find a card with extra buys, if possible. Don't think it exists. No, okay. So nothing gives us additional buys except for boons, potentially. I don't even think we need this horse. We already have 6. It's enough for paddock or idle. If we play the horse, we can probably get a province, but like maybe not even. So I'd rather just hang on to our horses. We should play the idle first. Gain a will-o-wisp. Okay, so that's how you gain will-o-wisp. And now I either want another paddock so that we can use the border guard to maybe... Or we just grab another idle. That also seems really, really strong. Don't really think you can go wrong with either of these 2 5s here. Idle just seems really cool. So does paddock. I'm going to grab 1 additional paddock. I think grabbing the border guard will be... If either of us can grab the horn or the lantern, and I'll show you what those mean when they start to come up here. But if either of us can do that, I think that's going to determine who wins the game. So I could use my horse to grab Sinister Plot. I think that's worth it because they did. So yeah, let's buy into the Sinister Plot here. On this turn, we'll have 4 gold, so we can maybe get the mining village. It's probably fine. So they played a paddock, played a horse, and now they've got 5. Are they going to go for their second idle, or are they going to go for their second paddock? They went for a commerce and gained a gold. Okay. I don't think that's good. I don't think that gold is better than idle or paddock with what we have on the board here. This game is going to be a quick game, so we do have to realize that it's very easy to get these provinces unless I start cursing my opponent ASAP. I think I want another border guard. I want to pretty aggressively grab the horn, which allows you to put the border guards, put 1 border guard on top of your deck every turn, which is super powerful. Will-o-wisp is just it's just a free fisherman, as we're calling them in this video. +1 card, +1 action, +1 coin. You know, most of the time it's just going to be a fisherman, but that is totally fine. So my opponent goes for the border guard, reveals a paddock and a horse. No, they beat me. They beat me to the horn. Wow. Okay, this is going to be really tough now. So my opponent used the border guard, saw paddock horse, so now they have horn, which means they're going to be able to do a border guard every turn. Eventually, they're also going to grab the lantern. So this is really scary. They're also using the forest gift, which gives them an additional buy. Wow. Okay, they're just going for a province, which is, yes, it's how you win the game. Worst case scenario, we've tied our opponent. I've got to add a token. I've got to have a big turn. Okay. Border guard. Damn it. We have no way to generate additional actions, or did we generate additional actions this turn? We did not. We did not generate additional actions this turn. Let's discard this. We have to think if we want to play our horses now, hurting our future border guards. Problem is, this is only 4. I don't really like 4 with this. I mean, I know we have bishops, but I'd love to get to 5, get the second idle, and get back in the game that way. So I'm going to use a horse, then I'm going to use a paddock, get 2 more horses, then I'm going to grab my second idle, because I think that's how we get back into the game. We also have to steal the horn as soon as possible. As soon as possible here. Beating my opponent on paddocks, beating them on idols, but they have the horn. And as you can see, that just makes all of their turns that much more powerful. They were able to discard a copper. They might have drawn that gold off of it, and then they put their border guard on top of their deck. Do we need a bigger turn than this here? This turn looks fine. Actually, I think drawing 2 might be fine, because then we're not going to use it for a little bit again. So yeah, I think I'm going to cash this in, cash in my Sinister Plot, draw 2, Border Guard. Yes, we got it. Okay. So now we want to discard, let's discard the Will-O-Wisp. We're going to take the Horn from my opponent. Oh, I discarded the Border Guard. That's fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want to go for a province? The real question is, do I want to find my second idol? Or do I just want to grab an additional idol here? I think I'm just going to grab an additional idol. Yeah, do this. 2 more horses. Additional idol. May discard a treasure card to gain a card costing up to 4. That is perfect. Let's discard a copper. And now I get to gain, I suppose, a mining village. +1 card, +2 actions. That could help us because we have 2 paddocks in the deck. It seems fine. Bishop could be a good catch-up card in the late game too. I think we just grab the mining village and then grab a second idol. And then we're going to top deck our Border Guard. We have stolen the Horn, and we have potentially inched closer to victory here. But they are taking the Horn back. This horn is going to get around. This Horn is going to get around for sure. So the Lantern is actually the more powerful one that upgrades your Border Guards and letting you look at 3. But once you have the Lantern, it becomes more difficult to grab the Horn. So for this reason, we are probably going to just spend our time passing the Horn back and forth. But if my opponent takes the Lantern, that's kind of interesting. Then I will eventually take the Lantern. And then when they take the Horn, it might be tough for me to take the Horn back once you're stuck with the Lantern. So there's some very interesting sub-game going on there with just a 2-cost card, which is so crazy. But there's other, Peasant is a 2-cost card that has an incredible sub-game going on, as do the other level-up cards, or whatever we want to call those. So my opponent goes Paddock into Province and top decks their Border Guard. So there we go. Well, let's lead off with the Border Guard. That's going to inform our turn. We choose a card to put into our hand. Okay. So that's where my mistake was. I did mess up, but in the last game here, I don't really want to be asking for too many undos. I feel like we're doing okay regardless here. I think I'm going to Paddock into another idol at this point and keep the horses into our deck. My opponent's buying the provinces, which is scary, and they still have their Sinister Plot. There's a chance that my opponent is just going to run away with this game, and I don't want to spend too much time, but I really want to start cursing them. So I'm going to do this, and now I think for all future turns, I am going to start trying to buy provinces where I can, but it doesn't even look like I'm going to be able to buy a province this turn, so yeah, not sure. My opponent leads with the Sinister Plot, drawing 4 cards into Mining Village. Are they going to trash? If they trash, then they 100% have a province, but they probably already have a province despite that. So they don't win the Lantern, but they are going to grab the province. They aren't going to have enough cards for the Sky's Gift because they sequenced their cards incorrectly. Can't let them take it back here, but you have to play your idol first, so that way you can make use of the boons that you get, potentially if you get the Sky's Gift, or get something that allows you to trash your cards in your hand, something like that. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I am getting a card off the Caravan Guide. It's going to let me grab another idol or something. Let's add a token. Oh, I drew... Oh, but I get +1. I get +1 from the Caravan Guard. Wow, that's what you get. You don't get a card in action. You get a card in action when you play it. You get a +1 at the start of your next turn. So let's go for the idol. Get the Moon's Gift. Look through your discard pile. We don't have that. So now I will just buy another idol, and hopefully now we can start cursing them. I believe my opponent has 1 idol and I have 5. So we should be able to horse into these idols. Paddock to keep horsing. Mining Village to play multiple paddocks. And I think we've somewhat come together here. We do really want to take that horn. Whew. Because my opponent has gained all of the provinces so far. Do I want to draw 2? I don't think I need to draw 2. But I think I can play my whole deck this turn if I draw 2. So I think that's a critical amount there. Get past those 2 coppers. It's essentially a free horse. Let's go for a Will-O-Wisp. Let's go for a Border Guard. Let's grab the idol. So now we have 2 idols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We already have enough for a province. So let's go Paddock. Add 2 more horses to the deck. Let's start with an idol. It's a +2/+2. That's fine. Sure. Discard 2 horses. Idol. We curse them on the second one. And then we grab a province. So we're getting back into it. We're getting back into it now. We've got to curse them every turn. We've got to buy a province every turn. We've got to get a duchy somewhere in there too. This is going to be tough. They're going to get their Sinister Plot online eventually. They still have the horn, which is pretty huge. It's just an additional +1 every turn. They went for a bishop, which is definitely something to consider ourselves. Let's start with a horse trying to find the idol. Let's Border Guard, take back that horn. We do not get it. We do get the paddock. Let's find another idol. Let's Caravan Guard first. Let's continue trying to find another idol. Let's Border Guard. Let's grab a horse. It's Mining Village. No trash. We already have enough. Oh, and we got the second idol. Got the second idol. So we're not trashing. We are just playing paddock, gaining back 2 horses. We are ending our actions. We're idling. +1 action, +1. That doesn't do anything for us. We are cursing them. And then we are grabbing a province. Okay. This is what we want to do. We want to play 2 idols every turn. We want to curse them, and we want to get a province. We're only trailing by 10. But the tricky thing is, buying that penultimate provi, that second to last province, is going to be too scary. With all of the horses in this game, they've trashed. They've bought the penultimate province. Let's add a token. Yeah, because we can't buy a province this turn anyways. We do need to curse them. But we're just going to look for horse stuff. That's fine. Let's gain 2 horses. Let's idle. +1 card at the end of the turn. That's fine. We're just buying a duchy here. Yeah, this one didn't really work out. Maybe we have to buy a bishop? What can we start trashing with bishops? Start trashing our paddocks, our horses, our border guards. I think we're just going to tie it up here. I think we can't pull it out. Let's go for a duchy, though. I'm not going to give up. We're trailing by so much. I guess I did say it was going to be a fast game, and I think I messed around too much. They drew a card off their Sinister Plot. They're drawing a gold off their border guard. You just see how fantastic that is. And they get the Sea's Gift. What is the Sea's Gift? +1 card. Could that +1 card be the decider? If that's a copper, they get to end the game. If not, we get to curse them, buy another duchy, hang out for a little bit. They bought a duchy. They did top deck their border guard. I don't think I need to draw 2 here. We've got a lot of horses. All we're buying is a duchy. We already have enough for a duchy. Let's just add a token. The thing is, like, the Sinister Plot makes it so hard. Oh, maybe they drew a curse, and the curse finally came to fruition there. Let's Will-O-Wisp. Ah, we top-decked it. That's unfortunate. Oh, but I drew an idol. Oh, I drew an idol. Okay, so we're good here. Yeah, we're good here. We end our actions. We are going to draw a province next turn unless we use a horse. Is that worth it to get through the deck? I think it is worth it. Yeah, let's use a horse to draw through that province. End the action. Let's play an idol. I may trash a card from my hand. So I'm going to trash one of my coppers. Right? Yeah. Play an idol, curse them. Down to 33. We're getting somewhere. We buy a duchy. It's 21 to 33. This seems impossible, but we are not giving up. They border guard. There we go. There's our curses doing some work. And all of their provinces, slowing them down slightly. But they've got the horses. They've got the sinister plot. I think this is going to be a 3-3 draw. This is a long video and a long stream to get to a 3-3 draw, but these were some really fun games, and I definitely made a mistake here in the last game. I got really lucky in some of those earlier games, and my opponent and I both got lucky this game. So I get to trash a card. I can't imagine I want to trash a card at this point in the game from my hand. They're just trashing a curse, so that's not anything too crazy. Wow, and they've got nothing. Oh, they've got absolutely nothing. That is beautiful. That is so wonderful. We're going to draw 3 for sure with a hand like this. Yeah, that bishop is mighty tempting, isn't it? Let's start with Will-O-Wisp. Then let's play Mining Village. I don't think I'm ever trashing Mining Village. Let's play our first horse. There's our first idol. Let's play our second horse. We drew 2 more horses. Let's play a third horse. We still need an idol. Let's play another horse. We found our second idol. Let's play a paddock. Get those horses back into the deck. End our actions. Let's... The top 4 cards of your deck. Discard any number, put the others back in any order. Discard the copper. And keep the rest. Let's curse them. And then let's grab a duchy. We cannot yet win. We're not even close to winning. But maybe eventually. Okay, we have the idol here, so we can border guard, paddock, idol at the very least. My opponent doesn't have anything on the sinister plot. They've got 1. Okay, they are going for the 1 off the sinister plot. They must be really close here then. They've got a horse. That's why they went for it. And do they have it? No! They used a horse and their sinister plot, and all they bought was an estate. Okay. We need to take the horn. Give me that horn. Frick. Okay, let's grab the copper. Give me that horn. No. Okay. Let's grab the idol. We're going to go idol, idol, paddock. Well, paddock, idol, idol, duchy. Okay. Let's grab the idol. Let's go paddock. Idol. Seize gift. That's +1 card. Doesn't do anything for us. Idol. Curse you. Grab a duchy. We are now only 7 cards behind our opponent. 1 more idol, idol, province turn, and we win. We tie. We tie, which is a win. They grabbed the gold. Oh, this is it. We had them. Oh, we could have tied this turn. No. Oh, they grabbed the duchy. They grabbed the duchy. We're still in it. We are still in the game. Wow, this is so intense. This is one of the most intense games of Dominion I've ever played, and it is game 6 of a 6-game match. What are we doing this turn? We're buying a duchy again. We need that horn yesterday, man. Oh, frick. Okay, well we need to curse them, right? And I like the boons. The boons have been good. I believe the boons do reshuffle. We're on the last boon here, but the boons will reshuffle. We could technically know which boon is coming up this turn. I don't want to consult the wiki or anything like that. That feels like cheating in such an intense situation, and I don't know. I don't have all the boons memorized. There's 12 different random effects. That's what the boons are. Just going to give my opponent such a close game. I think I need to draw one. Okay, that's a good draw. Border guard. Yeah, baby! We got it. We got it. Okay. Now, I don't need the paddock as much. We are going to be able to take the horn from them. We're going to use all these horses, though, too. Let's grab the paddock. Right? Yeah, let's grab the paddock. Let's grab the horn from my opponent. Enough of that. Horse. Horse. We're just looking for the second idol. There we go. We found the second idol. Let's paddock. Let's idle. We look through my discard pile, put a card from it on to the top of your deck. Horse is never bad. Let's put a horse on top of the deck. Let's curse my opponent. Then let's grab a duchy. My opponent is going to be able to buy the last duchy. And now we're going to top deck our border guard. So now we've got a border guard and a horse in this turn. We don't have our sinister plot. My opponent draws a card off their sinister plot, hoping to end the game right now. Otherwise, they're going to buy a duchy or potentially an estate. Bishop. Oh, that gives them a victory point. So now they don't even need an estate. I'm not trashing. That bishop is a savior here. Okay, I don't know what Caravan Guard does, but I get to use it to stop the attack. Yeah, it just gives me free Caravan Guard. Gain a silver. They gained a duchy. So the duchies are gone. We're going to slowly make our way through the estates, which means now I need to start buying bishops. If we can grab the lantern, that would be incredible. Let's go for this. We don't grab the lantern, but we do grab a horse. My opponent and I just exchanging some pleasantries before the game finishes up here. So now I really think I want to start buying bishops, but how the heck do we get back into this game? We need to, we're definitely looking for the other idol other than anything else. Let's keep looking for that idol. We didn't find the idol yet. Let's Will-O-Wisp. Wow, we're going through all of our horses this turn. It's a little awkward. All right, Border Guard. We found the idol finally. So I'll grab this. Grab the paddock. And now we're going to start seeing boons that we've already seen. Oh, we were already doing that. We were already doing that. +1 card at the end of turn. Sure. All right. Curse you. So now, an estate is worth 1 victory point. And nothing gives buys, right? Nothing on this whole board gives buys. How can I possibly catch up here now that my opponent has bought the last duchy? I really just can't. I need to get somehow insanely lucky with the bishop. Okay, yeah, that's all we can do. I can top deck the border guard. I can keep cursing my opponent. My opponent has 7 curses in their deck. It's got to start hurting them eventually. They play a paddock as their only action. They got 7. They got 7. So are they going to go for an estate? They gained an explorer. Don't know what that does for them. We've got a good enough stuff going on here, and we're only buying bishops now. Maybe golds. So we're just going to add a token. Let's Will-O-Wisp. Let's Border Guard. We hit 2, so now we get to take the lantern as well. So let's just grab the mining village. We'll take the lantern. We'll go mining village. End actions. Grab a boon. May discard a treasure to gain a card costing up to 4. Yes. We're going to discard a copper to grab a bishop. Then we're going to idle them. And then I'm going to grab another bishop here. I believe. I'm not really sure how we get back into this one. I think we're just kind of stalling it out at this point until my opponent is able to sinister plot into a province. They're sinister plotting every other turn, which is so funny. We're basically doing ours like every 3 turns or something like that. But they know they're so close to the game just ending. This border guard turn is going to be pretty nutty. Okay, they're just using a bishop here, so nothing crazy on this turn. Just bishop, maybe buying an estate. We really have to start bishoping our gold. Or not our gold. We don't have gold yet. But we've got to find some gold and then bishop it. Wow, 7 again. That's incredible. Well, I'm glad we took the horn from them then. They grab a gold because they realize that a gold can translate into 3 victory points. We've got to start doing that too. I don't really need the token, or I don't need the draw to. I don't need anything here. We want to make sure that we're cursing them every turn. So I guess let's draw 2. Let's go border guard. We are going to take idols, and we are going to take mining villages. Put into your hand. Yeah, idle. Okay. Well, we're only using 1 thing this turn. We're so close. Oh, I have an extra action somehow? How'd I get an extra action? Not sure how I got an additional action, but whatever. I shall take it. Let's idle, and I draw 2, discard 2. Unfortunately, we're not going to be making use of this bishop here, because you can't go back into your actions. Then we're going to curse them, and we can only give them 1 more curse. That's also the scary thing. I think we've got to grab a gold here so that we can start trying to bishop our golds. This is 3. If I can bishop a gold and buy a province, we're so close. If I can bishop a gold and buy a province, ooh, and this turn's going to be terrible. This turn's going to be absolutely terrible. But it's also terrible for my opponent. They've got nothing. They can buy a bishop. That's it. This is definitely their last play. Look at the top 4 cards. Put the rest back in any order. They discarded every card. That's funny. And we've got border guard. So we can potentially make something happen here if we grab horses. Yeah. Let's use a horse. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, I think I'm going to buy an estate this turn then. What do we get here? Discard 3 cards to gain a gold. That is really good at this point in the game. Thank you, idle. And then I am just going to... What does Oasis do? Plus a card, plus an action, discard card. No bueno, no bueno. I could grab another border guard now that I have the lantern and the horn. But I think I'll just grab an estate. I think every point matters here. Let's top deck this. Okay, we get to border guard. Could bishop our idol. An estate. Okay, we're making a run on the estates now. Once the estates are gone, that's the game. My opponent correctly this time sandbagged on their sinister plot so that they could buy a card off the province. We are going to... I think we're going to draw 1. My opponent might win the game next turn, which we couldn't. If they do that, there's nothing we can do. Nothing that can be done. We need to bishop hit gold. So we need to draw some stuff. Okay, now we have an additional bishop. Let's go border guard. This is not great. This is not great at all. Bishop, paddock. No, we need to draw. Taking the random card, and it's a horse. That's wonderful. Perfect. Okay. But But now we only have one action, and we did not hit a second idle, which is really bad. So now we have to bishop. Probably the paddock, which is tough because we're really running out of horses now. Bishop the paddock, we get 2 off of that. We get a 3rd off of the estate. But we're climbing back in here. Need to play bishops every time we draw them. And we need to gain stuff off of them. I could potentially rebuy the paddock or rebuy a bishop here. I might, actually. Oh, they trashed a curse. Oh, shoot. That is really scary. When I play bishop, they get to trash a curse. So I gained 3 from that, though. So I gained 2. Okay. Let's idle. I may trash a card from my hand. I think I trash a copper by a bishop. We top deck it. Either way, Culator 2, this has been an epic, epic game. They did nothing. If I curse them and buy a province, I win. I already used up my sinister plot. Holy moly. All I have to do is find an idol. Let's find the idol. Holy moly. No way. No way. I'm not BMing. I'm just making sure. Because I have it now. I have it now. I can idle. Idle. They go down to 40. So if I bishop, I win. If I bishop something else other than the gold, I win. Otherwise, I tie. If I bishop this horse, I gain 2. They can trash a curse. They gain 1. I idle. They get a curse. They go down to 40. I'm at 35, we'll say. That works. Wow. I bishop. I trash the horse. Welcome to Dominion. This has been an epic battle here with the most epic conclusion. They're at 41. I grab the last province. 42, baby. No luck's given. That's how you do it. Never give up. We got very, very lucky that game, but we played our asses off. Our opponent has to give us the GG there. GG to you as well. That's maybe the best game of Dominion that I've ever played. And I'm so happy that I was recording and streaming this. And this will be up on YouTube as well. Subscribe if you want to follow along and see how I do throughout the rest of the league. That was incredible. I've got nothing else to say. That's the end of the stream as well. If you're not already following, make sure you hit that follow button on YouTube or on Twitch to be notified when I go live in the future and to catch the rest of this series. I don't think we're going to get more epic games than that. That was crazy. Oh, sorry. I just had to top deck that. Game's over. Wow. Wow. Game has ended. Let's take a look at the victory screen here. My opponent got 5 provinces early. That was just crazy. I started buying all of the duchies, trying to get back into it. I bought the penultimate province. That is something that is really risky, but I knew I had to go for it, and I knew that if I kept cursing my opponent, maybe, I didn't know. I won't say I knew. But I figured if I kept cursing my opponent, maybe they would have some bad turns. And wow, they had a string of bad turns. They did misuse the sinister plot. They should have just taken a turn off or 2 turns off or 4 turns off. But it was so close. It was so close. They had 7 so many times. But they kept drawing my curses. And that was enough to win it. That was my first time playing with idols, and now I love idols. I'm a big fan of Survivor, as well, as you guys probably know if you've been following along with the channel. And yeah, I found my idols, and now I am the Dominion idol. Different type of idol there, but that was absolutely incredible. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And stay tuned to see more in the future. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.